Hello, and welcome back to Gummi Ship Radio, the podcast where two childhood girlfriends synthesize their brains to comprehensively figure out what exactly is the Kingdom Hearts lore.
As a gentle reminder, our commentary section may sporadically allude to spoilers throughout all the Kingdom Hearts installments. So if you don't want to run that risk, feel free to skip that section and jump to the storyline update section. Time codes of each section are listed in the show notes.
Each season of Gummi Ship Radio will follow the release order of the video game series, and episodes are chronological with the events of the game of the season. We strongly recommend listening in that order, so proceed at your own caution. I'm one half of that brain, Brittany.
And I'm the other half, Victoria, and today we'll both be leading you through our Season 1X premiere,
Floor 1 and Basement 12, where Rechain of Memories begins with highlights of all the events of 1, including the secret boss battle with the Unknown in Hollow Bastion and Riku inside the Door to Darkness with King Mickey. We pick up where we left off with the Trinity Trio at night on that long and windy country road.
Sora, Floor 1. Our story begins in the middle of the night, where Sora takes a midnight walk, leaving Donald and Goofy sleeping. From behind, he's suddenly approached by a hooded figure in black who says, "Along the road ahead lies something that you need." The figure keeps moving around, confusing Sora, and continues. However, in order to claim it, you must lose something that is dear to you. And with that, he's gone with the wind. Cut to a pair of hands sketching in a stark white room beside a blonde doll in a cage. The artist is drawing a castle, and it's just the castle our heroes find themselves at the steps of. They enter the castle together, listening to something telling them that the king and Riku are here, including Jiminy Cricket. The four agree to look into this feeling, but spot the midnight hooded figure shutting the door behind them. Donald immediately picks a fight, but can't perform any magic. It's revealed that the moment they entered the castle, they forgot everything they knew. In this place, to find is to lose, and to lose is to find. That is the way in Castle Oblivion. Sora is warned that he'll meet people from his past and meet people that he misses. Is he talking about Riku? Just then, the figure rushes through Sora, leaving behind a trail of rose petals, and samples all of Sora's memories from Traverse Town into a playing card. Through the card and the door it opens will be the reunion you seek. He encourages Sora to proceed and leaves him with, to lose and claim anew, or to claim anew only to lose.
Sora steps into what looks like Traverse Town, only to be told by the hooded figure that this town isn't real. It's an illusion created by his memories in the card. Jiminy tells him to forget that because Donald and Goofy have disappeared. Sora confronts the hooded figure, who replies, "They are at the mercy of the cards. Master the cards and your strength will be yours again."
Suddenly, Goofy and Donald appear right behind Sora, back in their battle clothes, as if they were here the whole time. Donald exclaims that through entering the door, a strange light came through and the rest is blank. The hooded figure leaves Sora to ponder while Jiminy begs him to remember why Donald and Goofy are back in battle clothes to keep his journal accurate. We find that Donald and Goofy are only accessible through cards in battle, and the gold map rooms marked the Key of Beginnings, the Key of Guidance, and the Key of Truth, as well as between floors of Castle Oblivion. The hooded figure says to the crew, "Walk the avenues of latent memory, and you shall meet someone dear to you." Jiminy has a bad feeling, but Sora feels confident that he'll figure it out and not fall for any trickery, and makes his way to the Key of Beginnings.
Donald and Goofy orb in and scare Sora. He yells not to pop out like that, to which Donald hilariously replies, "It's not our fault, we don't know what's going on," and honestly same. Pluto shows up behind Sora, and now everyone is confused. Goofy notes that it's not strange because they came with Pluto, didn't they? But we all know when that actually happened, at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. Jiminy spits facts, reminding them that they were chasing Pluto when they got to Castle Oblivion, and that the card created a Traverse Town inside the castle. Jiminy spits facts, reminding them that they were chasing Pluto when they got to Castle Oblivion, and that the card created a Traverse Town inside the castle. Sora then says what we've all been thinking, "Who cares? This is too confusing." He insists they keep moving forward. Then we see an ass I'd recognize anywhere, Leon and his many belts. The gang is happy to see him, but he says he doesn't know them or Castle Oblivion. After trying to convince Leon otherwise, he goes full gaslight mode, insisting he doesn't even know their names. But when Sora questions him, he replies, "Don't take it personally, Sora." Donald and Goofy look at each other in confusion, and now even Leon is confused. Everyone is confused. Donald and Goofy note that if it's a joke, it's not funny because Sora is really upset. Then, Leon suddenly remembers everyone's name and admits there's something wrong with his memory. That's when we see another familiar face, Yuffie. She says Aerith was right when she sensed an uncanny power, and had asked them to look into it. She suggests they take Sora to see Aerith, realizing she somehow knows his name too. She's totally chill and glad the introductions are out of the way while Leon just shakes his damn head. Leon then demonstrates how to stock cards and fight more effectively, so it's time to enter the Key of Guidance room. Everyone is back at the hotel. Sora hits them all with something Leon said to him when he closed the door at Hollow Bastion. Like, hello. We may never meet again, but never forget each other. Everyone, including Leon, agrees this is odd and that it must be Sora's heart doing the remembering for them. His heart is full of memories of them together, and his memories do seem to have a certain power. Then Aerith asks Sora, "You aren't sure what's going on yourself, right?" To which he hits them with, "Yeah, I just got here. Still gotta check things out."
Through the Key of Truth, the trio finds Sid, who also knows he doesn't know Sora, but somehow does, in the middle of the 2nd District. Sora continues his tour of asking for help in finding Riku. Sid says his friend can't be here because there's too many Heartless, especially in his plaza. Rumor has it there's a jumbo-sized Heartless that shows up when the bell rings, and Sora should get out of here before it shows up. Lo and behold, who should be in the plaza when the bells ring but Sora and the good old guard armor, with whom Sora bests.
Shocker, no Riku, and everyone comes to the conclusion he isn't in this quote-unquote world. We go over the castle thing again, and Leon finally starts coming around. He says, "I may not remember you, but I know you in my heart." Leon. Sid admits he's a little lost, and everyone wishes Sora well. Aerith hangs back and gives Sora a warning. He will be faced with more illusions, and that the shadows of his memories will deceive him. Our boy goes, what exactly does that mean? Aerith goes, "I don't know, man, I'm just an illusion." Sora says, "Don't say that stuff, it's depressing." Aerith checks back in and says, "Don't let the illusions distract you from what's truly important." Donald and Goofy ask Sora why he's just standing there as Aerith has mysteriously disappeared.
Upon exiting Traverse Town, the hooded figure in black is there to greet us. Sora cries out, "What do you really want from me?" To which his response is, "What do you have to give?" Just then, a new character appears, also in a long black hood, but his face and red hair is unveiled, to which cheers and whoops are heard from around the world. This new character, Axel, wants a chance to test this hero and challenges him to a fight.
We defeat Axel and gain a new set of world cards, but boom, there he is again. He tells Sora to trust what you remember and seek what you forget. Then you will find someone very special. He also says you have lost sight of the light within the darkness, and it seems you've forgotten that you forgot. Our most precious memories lie so deep within our hearts that they're out of reach. Then offers to Sora a hint at whatever that means. Sora says he doesn't need it and to bring it on, but Axel decides to leave him with more words of advice. But be forewarned, when your sleeping memories awaken, you may no longer be who you are now.
Riku, Basement 12. Riku's story begins with him floating in a gray void, deep in sleep, but suddenly awakes, unsure of where he is. A voice warns him that he should stay asleep where he is, between the light and dark. Riku startles himself, remembering that he closed the door with King Mickey, but the voice tells him he drifted here by himself because he didn't have the strength to overcome the darkness. Or maybe he was close to it. He can remain here, turn from the light, and shut his eyes. Here, blanketed by the darkness, sleep is safety and eternal. Or he can take the card before him. If he does, he'll take the first step toward the truth, but it'll bring him pain and he won't be able to return to the sleep. Riku smugly accepts the card, finds himself in Castle Oblivion, and follows the card to his memory of Hollow Bastion. The voice explains the rules of the castle, and that this isn't a real world, but the world of his memory. The things he remembers from his time at Maleficent's castle became a card, and that card made this world. Riku retorts asking, "What now? Will I learn something? Meet someone?" To which the voice simply replies, "You would meet the people in your memories, ordinarily." But when Riku demands what that is supposed to mean, he's met with silence and nothing else but to move forward and find the room to the Key of Beginnings. He's led to his bedroom here in Hollow Bastion. The voice teases him, asking him to think of all the nice memories he must have had here. But Riku has no such thing from here, as this was given to him by Maleficent. This was where he lived when she was offering the tempting darkness he found. You cast away your home, your friends, everything. But at least they gave you a nice room, the voice continues. Riku's heard enough and heads out to find the room to the Key of Guidance. It's here Riku finds himself in the main hall of Hollow Bastion, and has yet to find anyone other than Heartless. He cries out to the voice, asking him to explain why no one is here. Where are the people from my memories? However, the voice responds that Riku casted them aside. You dreamt of the outside world, and you passed through the door to darkness. Behind you, you left family, friends, home, everything, all in pursuit of darkness. But Riku retaliates. I cast the darkness aside too. And what do you have to show for it? The voice returns. First your home, then the dark. Your heart only knows how to cast away. It's empty, like that room, like your memories. That's why you don't meet anyone. Your heart is hollow, except for the residual darkness. Once again, Riku has heard enough because he knows he's dejected from all the darkness in him, but the voice questions if he really has. He heads for the key of truth.
Riku continues on and we come face to face with Maleficent. I knew I smelled your scent. She basically calls him out, saying the darkness in his heart is still there and he'll never be free of it. Riku ain't having that, and he tells her that he's not her puppet anymore. Maleficent laughs it off, warning him that his battle with the darkness is far from over, and then fades away. Riku walks in and hears the voice telling him to stop resisting and accept the darkness. He says, I thought it was you, Ansem, and he appears. Riku attacks, but Ansem blocks it, saying you couldn't even beat Sora, and you had darkness on your side. Riku insists he won't be a puppet again, but then we see a ball of light appear and hear Mickey. He reminds Riku he's not alone and that the light will always be there, even in the darkest moments. Riku glares at Ansem. Not today, I'm not losing to you. Boom. Riku's like, what, that's all you got? Ansem tells him he's just wasting his time fighting the darkness and tosses him a new card, saying it's made from his memories. Go through it and he'll see there's no running from the dark. Riku says, I'm not running. If I finish the world without giving into the darkness, I win. Ansem says he has one more gift. Then the darkness appears around Riku's heart. Riku yells, what did you do? But Ansem just tells him he's simply tempered with the darkness that remains in his heart. Before he fades away, he tells Riku he will be waiting for him to give in. We cut to 3 new organization members, Zexion, Lexius, and Vexen, meeting up. Zexion's all smug, saying that it's a shame the organization isn't as united as it used to be. Vexen snaps at him for being just number 6, but Lexius tells him to chill. Zexion explains he picked up 2 scents down in the lowest basement. One smelled just like Maleficent. Vexen says that's impossible since she's gone. Zexion says it wasn't really her, but just a convincing copy, but it was destroyed. The other scent, though, was way more interesting. It felt similar to the quote-unquote superiors. Vexen points out it wasn't exactly the same, which makes him more curious. Lexius is cool, calm, and collected and says we wait and see what happens.
All right, Brittany, we are back. This castle. Oh my God. Just hearing everything between Sora's floor and Riku's basement is a shit ton of beginners' confusion. I feel like we're off to a very confusing start for the both of them.
Yes.
One of the first things I wanted to ask, and I can't remember if I said this in the other episode, so if I did, I'll just cut this out. But in case I didn't, do you have an idea of where that long, windy, country road is?
I personally thought that it was when you leave Traverse Town for District 1 and there's those big doors.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I just pictured that. Oh. That's where it came out of. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. So doesn't sound so good.
No. I'm gonna offer you something that I think that maybe could actually lend itself to that idea. Is that I think that, so you know how Traverse Town is a sanctuary for people who have lost their worlds. It's like a hub.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That long windy road, I feel like it's not in the realm of darkness and it's not at the end of the world, but some sort of in between, kind of like the same way that I think Traverse Town works, is that Traverse Town isn't necessarily its own world, correct? It's just sort of like a place. It's just a place that exists, a plane of existence. And I think that they're just kind of in this in between.
I think that definitely works with my idea for sure.
It works with your idea.
Yeah, I think that that's a question we will never get answered. So
yeah.
I don't know how deep I really want to get into even that question.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, no, I hear you.
So, Well,
Oh, yeah.
never get that answer. So whatever we say sounds good to me.
I think no matter
Whatever
what
you
the
guys
answer
say.
is, we can
Yeah.
just chalk it up to it's a fantasy series.
Yeah.
It will be whatever it wants to be, wherever it wants to be.
I think it's out of District 1.
Yeah.
Through those big doors.
It's the opening grassy entrance to District 1 of Travis Town. And on the other side of that grassy plain is clearly Castle Oblivion.
Correct, apparently.
But yeah, I was just curious on what you thought the long, lanky road was. Okay, getting into some commentary, takeaways, some discussion points here. One of the things I wanted to talk with you on, without getting too far into gameplay, is these damn rules and these damn riddles that got us going. Like, I mean, but you and I both skipped Chain of Memories. We both skipped Chain of Memories. So we skipped it right in 2004. Then we skipped it again in 2007. You had never watched the cutscenes before?
No, I had never. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I think the only clippings I saw of this game would be any sort of like YouTube cuts of like certain characters. So like, for example, I remember I saw this character Zexion that we meet in Riku's basement. I saw a video of him like on what looks like Destiny Islands. And I was like, that is weird. I don't remember him in the first one at all. And not to jump too far ahead, that is something we will see later on in this game. But I didn't know it was this game that we saw it from until I was experiencing it. But yeah, these card rules. Now, I want to know from your perspective, as you all know, Brittany here is your cutscene queen. So she got to take everything in a purely observational light. You watched the gameplay?
I watched you, yes, on
You watched
Twitch.
me play on Twitch.
I watched you play, yes.
Shameless plug. We're on Twitch. But yes, you watched me play. So you grasped I don't want to say it in a super shit talking way, but the repetitiveness, the monotony of, the same sort of enemies you develop a routine with. You stock the cards because, actually for the most part, they do have pretty low cards, but you can beat them quicker if you stock the cards. But like the rule of you running out of the first card that you stock and you slowly deplete yourself throughout the battle was like one of the most challenging aspects of this game that I wasn't prepared for, and it drove me up a wall. So that's clearly how I felt playing it. Like, you watching it, was there anything about that you felt like, as a watcher, what were your takeaways in watching how the gameplay operated?
That it was just confusing. So it's definitely confusing for me, unless you sat there and really, I feel like, learned how to do it. Especially me, I'm not playing. So over time, if you keep playing, you have to learn how to do it. Obviously, you don't know how to play the game then if you don't. So yeah, it becomes easier for you. So me just like peeking my head in every now and then and watching, I got the gist, but there were definitely some things where I was like, okay, I have no idea how she did that or how she's doing that. So
and I feel like I think because of it's confusing, it's hard to watch it as a viewer. There were so many times, and you were definitely on the streams when I was saying it out loud, that this felt like such a tough game to stream because it just wasn't all that engaging to a viewer. Like, even as I was playing it, even as I knew this was kind of becoming repetitive and monotonous, if I was just playing it by myself, it would kind of just serve as its own, like, check-off box for me of, like, all right, I need to level up a little bit more. I'm going to pick a room card with a lot more Heartless, or I need to get rid of a lot of these ones, so I'm just going to do, like, you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't a whole lot to view. So in that regard, I totally get that. But those beginning riddles I wanted to get into. Those beginning riddles now we already sort of put it in our beginnings that we'll be alluding to certain spoilers. Saying his name, I don't think is like the worst thing we can do. But we met Marluxia on that midnight walk.
Yes, I didn't even know who it was.
Yeah?
Until you clarified who it was. I didn't even know.
It took a whole lot of like puzzle piecing how we're doing this section of the season. This is the first episode, and we'll obviously get into the later parts of the season, but every episode will essentially be discussing what is happening to Sora and Riku at the same time. So it takes a while to learn that it is Marluxia, but a lot of it was like playing it. He was the only person in Organization 13 who had to reveal himself. Everyone else stepped in with their hoods down. So that's the only way that to deduce that must be who let you in. Plus those rose petals. He do be loving his gardening.
Yes, he does.
Spraying every day for that guy. I did hear a little bit of a Easter egg rumor that Marluxia was initially supposed to be designed as a woman. And that's why there's kind of like that feminine quality to him. Not saying that pink is only for girls. It's 2025. We know this, but there is a femininity to him.
Definitely.
And so from what I've heard, that is what they kind of just kept that aspect to him. But I think it also kind of makes him for a very interesting antagonist, and that there is something soft-spoken about him, but also alarming about him. He's not super warm, but he's not loud and ostentatious. He's not, in your face. He's like what they call him? They call him the graceful assassin. That's like one of the song names in this. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. The riddles. Now, along the road ahead lies something that you need. However, in order to claim it, you must lose something that is dear to you. Aerith's warning, where she warns Sora when they're leaving Traverse Town. She says, you will be faced with more illusions, and that the shadows of your memories will deceive you. Now, again, because we've already said that we'll be alluding to certain things, is this already Naminé's way of trying to reach out to him?
I think that Aerith is just like maybe an all-powerful being in whatever.
She is quite all-knowing.
In whatever dimension. Whatever. What do they call the like Marvel thing?
Oh, the multiverse?
Yeah, there you go. Whatever multiverse she is.
So you think that that's not attached to Naminé at all?
I don't think so, no.
That was just sort of the game's way of warning you, the player.
I think that's Sora's friend coming through.
Ooh.
Like his heart. She even says it. Like I feel like they say, we don't know you. We don't know you, but we feel like we do.
Yeah.
And we're going to believe you. So I feel like she got that inkling from just him and let him know, because they are actually deep down really good friends.
Right.
So their connection is what gave him that clue.
Yeah. That's a really nice take on it. I honestly thought that was Naminé like sneaking in a little bit.
That's also...
But to dispel my own thought is like, she's not really making herself pronounced quite yet.
Right. She's also like not, I feel like she's still lonely.
Yeah.
Feel like she's just,
still a lonely girl.
She's just playing around right now.
What was that song from Cinderella? In my own little corner, in my own little chair.
Like that. Do you remember that Pokemon episode where she has the doll? They go to like one of the ghost episodes, and they go to like this house, and the girl has the doll, and she's like controlling them.
Holy shit. Wait, was she the one that died on the cliff or something?
I don't know. I just know she has this little doll, and she's really creepy, and like she has like a Gengar or Ghastly or something like that. She's controlling, and like she turns Sora. She turns Ash and them into like dolls, and then they have to get to anyway. That's what Naminé gives to me right there and then. But anyway, so off track. Whatever.
Oh my god, no! I literally will watch this episode. Shout out Pokemon. I definitely want to watch that because I do remember there were a few spooky episodes of Pokemon.
Yeah.
But that one specifically
really
with
spooky.
The dolls and stuff.
I'll send it to you.
Please send it to me. Thank you. So that's a very interesting take. I think I prefer yours better.
Okay.
Let's talk about Axel's intro and what it says about him at this point, because Jesus Christ, he is so much more layered than I thought he was. Like, he has got so much going on. Now, okay, reiterating one more time that neither you or I took in the Chain of Memory story. So our first introduction to Axel was him in 2. And I remember that introduction to him paralleled with just like the absolute fandom of Alex. My sweet husband. Paired with the absolute fandom of Axel, like throughout the world. Not like I didn't get it. I was like, yeah, he's funny. He's a little sarcastic. I was like, but why is everyone like obsessed with him? And this intro to him, I'm starting to get it. Like, I feel like had I taken this in earlier in my life, however I did, he's kind of like a bad boy, but like in a neutral kind of sense. He's clearly wearing the organization hoodie. He's clearly got like a smirk on and an eyebrow pop. And he fights Sora. So you do a battle with him. That freaked me the fuck out. I was like, there's no way I'm already fighting Axel. Like, I barely got their guard armor alive. I gotta fight Axel now? And I feel like there's almost something super fitting about Axel being the first organization member that you fight. Because even at the end of that fight, he doesn't go off and is like, ba ba ba, fuck you and your mother and da 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 da. He's like,
Not me.
He goes, nice one. And here's some words of advice. Like, what do you mean? So, like, I feel like for what's to come of Axel, the fact that he's in a very, I don't know, like, it's calculated. It's all calculated. And for the most part, everyone for organization is calculated, but he's calculated in a whole different scope, in a whole different way, that after defeat, he doesn't, go off, but rather like, all right, well, now keep the shit in mind. Fucking guard yourself, defend yourself as you climb up this castle, because you're not going to be who you think you are. And even offers him a hint. And Sora says, I'm good. He said no thanks. No thanks. So I don't know. That was my take on it. What's your take on Axel's intro and what it says about him?
My take was you don't really know where he lies or where he stands. You really are like, okay, that's confusing. Like, you're a bad guy though, right? So what do you mean? Are you just saying that to throw me off, or are you saying that like for real? So that was a little bit of a confusion. But again, we played the game before, so we know kind of where he lies.
Yes.
But
as an intro, as a way to actually introduce him.
Yes. Yeah. It was more of a like, are you a bad guy? Are you a good guy?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I thought it was very interesting that we've, at this point, technically the second installment, we are getting, the perils of recording in a car. I don't know what I was saying. Axel. He's just such a
green, blue-eyed baby.
Such a green, blue-eyed baby with spiky red hair. He's just a neutral. He is quite literally. Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Can you see that if you're a bad guy? You know, so we don't know. That's
yeah.
He's very in the wind.
He's in the wind. He's a wild card. Wild card. And now seeing this being his intro, I can attest and see why people find him so interesting, because I certainly do myself.
But I do have a question about him.
Yes.
Do we know what he is doing prior to this ever, or how he got here?
At this point in the story, absolutely not. He is such a mystery, all that. But we have not missed that.
Okay.
So once we get to the storyline update, that will not be something that we missed. No. Okay. He is just, you leave Traverse Town and
he just pop.
He pops up behind Mar.
Yeah, right.
But he's just there. We don't know any of his motivations, how he got here, what he's doing here. Much like a lot of other people in this story.
Yes.
All right. Well, the next part of our commentary, I want to get into Riku and his basement journeys, and specifically what I need to get into with you immediately is Riku getting called out in Halabasha.
Yeah.
Like,
shitted on.
The floor was wiped with him.
It was like a parent.
It was
giving their child like a lecture. I'm like, you chose to do this bad thing. Now you have to live with it.
Literally.
Right? Like, that's the vibe it gave. Like, you made this bad decision and now you must live with it.
Yes. I mean, that's how I would gather it. It was the whole like, you casted all your friends and your home away from the darkness, but hey, at least you got this nice fucking 2x2 room. You fucking dork. Like, good job. Like, it's so. And Riku's like, I have no happy memories here, and the voice is like, well, no shit. Of course you didn't. Like, look at what you did to get here. And so, like, watching the voice, who we, eventually see as Ansem.
Right. Take a doo-doo.
watching him take a doo-doo all over Riku and laying all that doo-doo out in front of him to be like, this is the life you chose. And shit is not going to shape up if you don't face what you have chosen. What is interesting, and this is kind of the next thing I wanted to get into anyway, but not to get too far away from him getting called out. This Ansem is very different than the Ansem that we saw in 1. And we know why. And honestly, I'm not even like not wanting to say it because out of spoilers, but I just don't want to get my own self confused of like where in the story we're talking about. So we can just say like, we know there's a reason why there's something up with this Ansem. But for the time being, I'm also surprised that Riku didn't really like catch on that there's something different about this Ansem. This Ansem is like guiding. This Ansem is like, look at what happened to you. Where one Ansem,
right, like parenting.
Yes,
Yeah,
parenting.
like, right.
Where one Ansem was like a fucking schoolyard bully and was like, give me your lunch money, give me a
Submit. Submit.
It's the schoolyard bully.
Submit
like,
to the dark.
Submit in the playground.
Holding him down and like, submit.
I'm dead. But oh my god. But this Ansem, yeah, is way more of like a teacher. Like, you know, in this schoolyard scenario, this would be like the teacher breaking them up and being like, so what lessons have we learned here? Mm-hmm. So I just find it interesting that Riku is not catching on to that.
Definitely.
You know? What are your thoughts about Riku getting called the fuck out on? When you were watching it, what were your thoughts?
I lived for it. I loves it.
As we all know, Brittany is a certified Riku hater. At this point,
he deserves it. It's like, I also thought of like when people put their like dog's noses and like their poop. Just so mean. Don't ever fucking do that. If you do that to your dog, that's so mean. That's what I thought of with like Riku. Like he's like taking him over to like his shit and he's like, look at it. Look what you did.
Because it's like not even like his like, you know, 2x2 foot room, but like he's not seeing any people.
Right.
You know, there's no connection. He's lost all connection because of the path that he took. And I thought that was so interesting. Now, I know that like I definitely am on board with like, oh my God, Riku was such a jerk in 1. My softness to Riku caught on pretty fucking quickly to this game.
Eye roll.
This game, almost immediately as soon as I got into Riku's story, I was like, oh, you poor, unfortunate soul. You had no idea like what you were doing. You had no idea what you were missing out on or what you were willing to sacrifice. You're such a fucking boy. You have no idea what you're doing. And I don't mean that in like a gender thing. I mean it in like a child. You not get me canceled that. You were still starting off. You know, him being like, I'm not afraid of the darkness. What darkness do you know at 15? Like,
do you live on a really nice island?
Yeah. What is the darkness that you're facing, my
Where
sweet
are your parents?
Idiot? Where are your parents? I need to have a word with them. So the whole ordeal of him getting called out in Hollow Bastion, I was like really wowed about. Like the one specific line that really got me was, first you're home, then the dark. Your heart only knows how to cast away. It's empty like that room, like your memories. That's why you don't meet anyone. Your heart is hollow. I was like, fuck, yikes. That is a nasty thing to say.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
And he did say that. He said, if you take this card, you're going to face the truth. It's going to be painful. And goddamn, that is a very painful thing to hear.
Okay, Dad.
Really great way to kick off Riku's story. The poor thing. Anything else you want to say on this?
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. I want to get into the reintroduction to Ansem.
Okay.
We kind of touched on it before.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk a teensy bit on gameplay only because at this point, by the time you play Riku's part, you have already finished Sora's. So you are at the point at the end of Hollow Bastion when you meet Ansem and you fight him, you are introduced to another new fighting style called Duel, where all of a sudden all your cards and all your enemies' cards are laid up side by side and you have to beat the card that is, put in front of you. Now, the whole time, it took me almost 8 worlds before I figured out that you're supposed to go as fast as possible. I thought you had to shuffle through the cards, and I'll show you what I mean another time.
Okay.
But It got me so confused, and I was so fucking mad. I was like, another new thing to learn in this godforsaken game with all these damn rules, with all these damn cards. Like, you've got to be kidding me. I don't need another new thing to learn. And then by the time I actually figured out how to use it, I was like, actually, this is pretty sick. But that was my one quick thing about the gameplay. And the reason why I'm bringing it up at this point is because what is interesting about when the duel mechanic is introduced at this point in the story, it's because you're fighting Ansem after Riku fights Maleficent in Hollow Bastion. And this only lends into more of the teacherness of Ansem because, like, it serves almost the same way as Leon showing you how to stock cards. Point stands that it's a tutorial fight. I thought it was like a serious fight where I was like, oh no, I got to find Ansem again? I just got here. What are you talking about? And it's just him showing you how to do the duel thing. So again, it just kind of lends back to what we were saying before, that there is a teacher-parent energy esque to this Ansem, who now he is the one that duels the next set of world cards for Riku. Yes. Just thought it was interesting. And you'll definitely have something to say about this because this really, really fucked me up. When Riku's story first begins and you hear the voice, like it's not just like a text that you click through, I didn't know it was Ansem because that was not Billy Zane. That was somebody else.
Completely different.
Someone
actor.
Completely different. And whatever, I can't fault the team for having to recast for whatever reason, whatever happened with Billy and whatever. But like, it took me so long to realize it was Ansem. And even Riku saying, I knew it was you, Ansem, or like, I smelled you a mile away, Ansem.
Stank.
You stank, Ansem. I was like, wait, what? Like, it took me too long to realize, oh, it's just a different VO. Nothing's wrong. It's just a different VO.
Yes.
Did you have any thoughts when you saw that?
I didn't even notice the sound, TBH, to be honest. I didn't even.
Gotcha.
That didn't strike a chord.
So did you know it was Ansem at the jump of Riku's beginning?
No.
Okay. And then
because of the nature of the way he was speaking.
Yeah.
I thought it was more maybe Mickey, but not, I guess.
Well, you hear his voice. You hear his voice.
Oh, right.
Yes.
No. I don't know.
Like, I could have thought it was somebody else.
Yeah.
And the last thing I wanted to talk about was Zexion, Alexius, and Vexen's discussion.
Say that 5 times fast.
I have, and it's fucking hard. Every time I've had to read through this, like just for my own knowledge, I'm like, God, these Z's and these X's. There's a reason for them, but like, golly.
X's.
You know what it is? They each have the EX, like, oh my God, I'm about to expose myself as like a fucking moron, but like, isn't the EX where they all are in their names the conjugate? It's all like the first letter of their names, then X, and then something. So I want to say the EX is the conjugate, so that's why it sounds like so fucking cartoony to be like Zexion, Lexius, Vexen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to talk about, now I'm pulling this up from the script. Zexion explains he picked up 2 scents down in the lowest basement. One smelled just like Maleficent. Vexen says that's impossible since she's gone. Now, this whole thing with smell, first of all, let's get into that really quick. Because if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, we don't ever hear about anything about smell ever again.
Anybody stank.
Nobody be stanking anymore. I think, personally, I think smell is like sort of a translation.
That's what
issue.
I said. That's
what you said, right?
Yeah, I was like, I think it's something else in Japanese, or like, you know, like they translate stuff and it sounds silly.
Yeah.
Even in the dialogue, sometimes in Kingdom Hearts, you know, when it's translated exactly, but not because it's not. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Right?
Yeah, that like, I don't know what the word
It doesn't necessarily mean that.
Oh, like, for example, okay, we're going back a little bit on 1. But like that whole passage in the World Terminus, Hollow Bastion, remember we made a little funny about like, ooh, consummate the great heart.
Yes.
Or consummate, yeah, sounds funny because it's hilarious.
Sweet.
But I don't think in Japanese they're saying, like, fuck the great heart. Like, have sex with the great heart. It wasn't anything like that. But, like, probably to directly translate or a loose translation, it was like, this is just the best word to best translate from English. So I would assume that the smell is more almost like an aura or an energy something like that. Like, I can sense you probably.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can sense you.
It's just so funny to hear Riku just like, oh, that smell. Oh, I could smell you fucking a mile away, you nasty. Take a shower, take a bath. But I just wanted to get into the whole thing with smell with you too, because like it's we're gonna cure it up, so much. And honestly, I don't think this will be the last time we're gonna make any kind of comment about it. That stanky stank. That smelly smell. I can't. That smelly smell. There is something to hang on to about Zexion smelling a smelly smell that is similar to the Superior's smelly smell.
Hold on to that.
Hold on to it. We'll hold for it. Make space for that. I am holding your finger right now. I am holding your little finger right now. And I think that is the only like sort of damning things that they talk about, other than Vexen having to swoop in and talk about rank, because, you know, fucking homeboy can't get enough about hierarchy and all that shit. Very much feels himself at the top of a chain. Now, in this part, we don't know where he ranks. I don't think we actually know where he ranks.
That's 6. But
he calls
out the other
Vexen snaps at him for being just number 6.
Right.
About Zexion. So we can already assess that Vexen thinks highly of himself. Vexen is a very, his voice is so just like, I don't know how else to put it, but like almost like Carnival, like Carnival-y, where he's like, this does not show any interest to me. Like he sounds like he's gonna tell me my fortune and I don't want to know what it is. But also like, I don't know, he's just a goofy character.
Well,
he's so funny.
That's the brown hair.
Yes, the beefy boy.
He looks like, you know, from Mario, the like stone ones that like stomp down on you. Yes. You know that's he likes the wolves. Yeah, whatever they're called. From like the castles and stuff. He looks exactly like that thing.
Fucking funny. Yes, he does. Like his furrowed brows. To even like his like mouth, his mouth almost like sits like a zigzag line, like the Womps do. Oh my god, that's so funny. God, they can't. These Japanese animators are too closely like intricated. So I don't know if that was a word. Intricated. But like he says, we will wait and see what happens. Yes. And so we leave off on their section with nothing yet to discuss. But worth noting, much like this. Brittany, do you have other things from this episode that you wanted to touch upon? Oh, that was something. I did want to make space to shout out any funny moments from the world, just because you and I both said that for the sake of what our goal is for this podcast, we aren't going to dedicate like a discussion about the world. However, there are some really fucking funny parts that we do not want to not acknowledge.
Yeah.
So, any funny moments from this world we want to shout out?
I mean, definitely the whole memory thing I think is really funny.
Yeah.
Where they're like, well, I don't know you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't know you either, Sora. And
yeah.
It's like, wait.
There's even
so you do know me.
There's even like a music change to like almost be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like,
what is happening?
Like, say what? Yeah. Like, it's so sitcom-y. But totally true. No, that is so. And then the whole part with Sora being like, who cares?
Yeah.
This is so confusing.
This is all confusing. And it's like, yes. This is how we feel.
So how we are so
get it.
With you, Sora.
Even Sora is confused.
Sora don't like it.
He's a part of his. This is his story. This is his own story.
This is his own
confused. So it goes to show where
that was really funny.
Yes, I think that's really funny.
I think Pluto just showing up was really
Pluto just hanging out in the background.
Yes.
He's just like chilling with the like. I think he still has the envelope in his mouth.
Yes, like he's still just like Like every version of him is just this dang fucking.
Honestly, I love when
postcard.
he turns around with the like postcard.
Yes.
He's like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
but super high key, not even low key, high key, just like Pluto showing up and throwing everyone's like theories to the side with like, wait, how can any of this be if he's here?
He's here.
What is going on? None of this makes sense. It's just, yeah. Oh, and Jiminy just stressing.
Oh,
Like,
gosh.
he is just, God, what a fucking nerd. Like, he just is like, but my book, it's not accurate. Like, why are you in battle clothes? What happened to your, like, 1930s
Right.
debut clothes?
Like, guys, let's focus. There's
So
something
funny.
something going on here. Let's get it together.
I'm so dead. It is so funny.
You just get it together.
This was not in the game, but I really do want to shout out an ass I'd recognize anywhere. Because that is an ass.
His butt just like comes into view, and you're just like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's Leon.
Can I ask? Because I'm pretty sure, is that not the exact same camera pan up from ass to back of the head from 1?
Probably.
I feel like when he's like, if you continue wielding that thing,
oh yeah, definitely.
they'll keep coming at you.
Yeah.
Like, we don't get like a walk into his face. I'm pretty sure we get ass to back of the head. They love to start ass.
I guess so.
I don't know, but I thought
Not
that was
safe.
so funny. It's like this is like one of the rarer parts of the entire season where like we actually wrote in things that happened in the world because like
right,
it wasn't treated the same way as the other ones.
Yeah.
So this one we kind of said all the funny things like within.
Mm-hmm.
But moving forward, we'll definitely make room for
sure
some of these fucking funny, I don't know what I'm saying, these cracking up moments that they definitely do. I think that's it for me.
All right.
Do you have anything?
No, I don't think
anything
so.
to add?
I think that's good.
All right. So I don't know if we left this part in before, but I'm going to make this known now. Brittany and I are driving in a car right now. Brittany is holding the wheel. So Brittany, I'm going to read all of the storyline update just so that you don't need to take your eyes off.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, not me stepping on no toes. It's saving both our lives.
Yes.
So without anything else to discuss, we are going to get into the storyline update. And this is what we will be updating into our Canva whiteboard as each episode comes out so that you can, be as on track as the episodes are coming out as possible. So moving into our protagonist story. And for Chain of Memories, the first protagonist we're talking about is Sora. So on the road to find Riku and the King, Sora, Donald, and Goofy find themselves in Castle Oblivion, where cards rule everything. Sora must battle the Heartless here on his own unless Donald and Goofy's cards come up and uncover truths through his memory. For the supporting protagonist story, and in this game, that will be Riku, Riku wakes without the king and is guided by a voice to uncover the truth through Castle Oblivion. Riku realizes that in pursuit of something new, he gave into the darkness and cast everyone aside, leaving him on his own. For the universe's story, a black hooded figure beckons Sora and company to enter the castle, forcing them to play by their rules. A new character, Axel, is part of this organization, but doesn't seem to operate menacingly. And then lastly, Ansem is acting as Riku's guide through his time in Castle Oblivion. Now, one more time, like we said, this is really one of the only episodes, I think, by the end of this season, we'll be doing recaps within the world that we're in. So we're not going to have a world encountered as often as we did last season, just making that clear. But there are some things that happened in Traverse Town and Hollow Bastion in this one that is worth noting. So the world encountered as told by Jiminy and the D Report. The card the Hooded Man gave us took us to Traverse Town, where we were reunited with Leon, Yuffie, and our other friends. Leon acted like he'd forgotten Sora, but for whatever reason still knew his name. I guess his memory got mixed up somehow. Aerith sensed that the town and everyone there was a product of Sora's memories. It may sound crazy, but I think she was right. And then Riku relives his lonely time in Hollow Bastion with no memories of people other than Maleficent. Does that sound about covered it?
It's about covered.
Sounds about covered it. That is all we have for this episode. Next episode, we'll be discussing floors 2 through 5 and basements 11 and 10, where I'll be leading the blueprints section of this episode. And Brittany, I cannot wait to hear what your commentary is on these floors and basements.
Yes.
I got
Excited.
I'm excited too. That is our episode. Brittany, as per usual, as forever, I love you. I love you. I love
We
you.
love ya.
We'll see you guys next week. But until then, this is Victoria.
This is Brittany.
And we are Gummi Ship Radio signing off. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Gummi Ship Radio.
You and your power, aka your friends, can follow the show on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
To see our storyline update, stay in the know, or just to say hey, you can follow our account on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Gummi Ship Radio, or email us at gummishipradio@gmail.com.
Please rate and review our podcast. Your support will help us immeasurably.
Our intro is arranged and theme music created by Matt Whiteford.
This podcast is hosted and produced by Victoria Harrington and Brittany Morales.
We'll be thinking of you wherever you are, and see you next time.
Bye, Gummi Ship Radio.